In this video, I'm going to show you how to add signed decimals or rational numbers in decimal forms that are positive or negative. So let's say we have negative 0.75 plus negative 1.5. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the signs. It would be just like integers. If the signs are the same, we're going to add their absolute values, and if the signs are different, we're going to subtract their absolute values. In this case, the signs are both negative, so that means we're going to add their absolute values. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get the absolute value of negative 0.75. And whatever that is, we're going to add that to the absolute value of negative 1.5. Well, the absolute value of this number is just 0.75, and the absolute value of this number is just 1.5. Now, back in elementary school, we've learned that when you're adding decimals, you have to line up those decimal points. So we have 0.75, we can do that here on the side, and we're going to add that to 1.5. So I'm going to put the decimal point here, making sure that they're aligned, and then I'll put the 5 right here because it's the number or the digit, the immediate right of the decimal point, and I'm going to put the 1 right here because that's the digit to the immediate left of the decimal point. And then from here, I can now add them. Now, since there's no digit written below the 5 or right next to this 5 written in red, that means you can think of it as there's a 0 there because 1.5 is the same as 1.50. So that means 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, and then we line up the decimal point also in the answer with the decimal points in the problem, and then we have 1 plus 1 is 2, so the result here is 2.25, but remember that since the signs are both negative, we're going to keep that sign or copy that sign. So this is the final answer. Now let's have another example. Let's say we have negative 5.35 plus 6. Now we're looking at the signs, and the signs are different. So that means we are going to subtract their absolute value. Now if you can't decide which absolute value is higher, think of this like money. This is $6 and this is $5.35. So you know $6 has a higher value. So when you are going to subtract the absolute values, you need to write the one with a higher absolute value first. So we're going to write the absolute value of 6, and we are going to subtract this to the absolute value of negative 5.35, which means we have 6 minus 5.35. And we can subtract this like you did back in elementary school. So we're going to have 6, and 6 is the same as 6.0, which is the same as 6.00, okay? And then we're going to subtract 5.35. Okay, what you can do is you can write the decimal point first and line it up with the decimal point of the first number, and then put the 5 to the immediate left, the 3 to the immediate right, and then next to that is 5, so that you don't get confused where to put these digits. Okay, so now we have 0 take away 5, so we're going to have to borrow from here, but this has nothing, so we're going to borrow from 6. So this becomes 5, this becomes 10. Now we can borrow from this. So this becomes 9, and this becomes 10. So we have 10 take away 5 is 5, 9 take away 3 is 6. Copy that decimal point, and 5 take away 5 is 0. So we'll just have 0. So here, the result is 0.65 or 65 hundredths. Now, we are going to copy the sign of the number with the higher absolute value, and since 6 has a higher absolute value, we are going to copy the sign of 6. So the result is positive 0.65. I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions.